Welcome to the world of Marissa Marchand channel, where there is always a story behind everything. Join me as I explore a world of unexpected twists, delightful characters, and memorable moments. We begin our narrative with a heartwarming story about a homeless man. This is a true story. On the way to work one rainy morning, I stopped at McDonald's to pick up breakfast. The time was 6:30, and it was still dark. A homeless old man holding a cardboard sign waved at me as I left the drive-thru. He was soaking wet, his clothes clinging to his frail body. My first reaction was to ignore him. It was still dark, and I was running late. Not to mention, I was worried about my safety. But there was something about the man that made me slow down. I wondered if the deep lines on his face or the dark circles under his eyes held a lifetime's worth of stories. Despite my hesitation, I rolled down my window, expecting the man to ask for spare change. I grabbed my coin purse, but nothing was in it. I had no cash, just my credit card. It surprised me when the man smiled and said, "Good morning." He shivered as I glanced at him. "Good morning," I replied, unsure what else to say. With his crooked teeth showing, he smiled at me. He pointed to my car's front lights and said, "Your lights were out. It's dangerous to drive without proper lighting, especially on dark, rainy mornings like this one." His unexpected kindness and concern for my safety touched me. It took me by surprise. I did not expect that. Moved by his kind gesture, I offered him breakfast instead. I handed him the food bag, saying, "Please take this. I hope it helps." I wished I had ordered coffee too, as the man needed it to warm up on that chilly morning. The old man's eyes lit up with gratitude, and he accepted the meal with a trembling hand, whispering a heartfelt, "Thank you." "Why don't you seek cover to avoid getting wet?" I asked. I worried about his well-being. He shook his head, still smiling. "I appreciate it, but I'm used to it. Just take care of yourself out there." With a nod and a wave, I drove away, feeling uplifted by the brief encounter. When I reached work, I got out of the car and checked my headlights, realizing the homeless man was right. One light was out. His kindness stayed with me throughout the day. The following day, I returned with $20 and searched for him. He wasn't there. The cashier said the man moved between several spots in the area. I thought he had taken my advice and found shelter from the cold. As the days passed, I kept an eye out for the man, hoping to see him and repay his kindness. But there was no sign of him. A month later, I was back at McDonald's. As I turned to leave the drive-thru, my homeless friend stood in the same spot. I rummaged through my purse for the $20 I had set aside for him. I rolled down the window and called him. "Do you remember me?" I asked. He frowned and said no. "Do you remember telling someone their car lights were out?" The man looked up and said, "Yes, I did." "That was me," I blurted out. He said, "Now, I remember you." I handed him the money, apologizing for having only $20. The man took it from my hand, and with the brightest smile, he said, "This is worth more than you think. I get to eat a proper meal today, and maybe even tomorrow and the next day. Thank you so much." I had never considered that. I watched as the man carefully tucked the money into his pocket, his eyes misting with gratitude. "You've made my day," he said softly. A warm smile spread across my face. We both waved goodbye as I drove away. I told my friends at work about the homeless man, and we all chipped in and bought him some groceries. But he wasn't there. I never saw him again. The man taught me a few things during our encounter. His kindness, compassion, and willingness to help others set him apart. One small act of kindness has a lasting effect, even on strangers. A few dollars or a simple gesture could make a world of difference to someone in need. I learned that true generosity is not only about the size of the gift, but also about the intentions and emotions behind it. I still wonder what happened to my homeless friend. Hopefully, he is back with his family, safe, and finds stability and comfort wherever he is. And maybe someday, our paths will cross again under better circumstances. This story happened many years ago, but the memory is still vivid in my mind. I hope this story will inspire you to spread kindness in your own way. Remember, it's not about how much you give, but the care and compassion behind the gesture. Tune in next time for another episode from Marissa Marchand channel. Please check out my channel trailer video to learn more about the exciting content you can expect from my channel. Your support means the world to me. I write young adult, new adult, and middle grade fiction. For more information about my work, visit marissamarchand.com. Don't forget to watch my other videos. Thank you.